Now on Newsday TV, growing outrage after the 4 suspects arrested in connection with human remains found scattered across Long Island walked out of court free without bail. And flooding frustrations across the island this morning, heavy rain making a mess of the morning commute. When it will clear out. Good morning, I'm Jasmine Anderson. We begin with a story you'll see only in Newsday. A teacher allegedly preying on children for decades in a Long Island elementary school and claims it was covered up. Macy Eglin spoke with the victims in a Newsday investigation.
What happens in the dark comes to light eventually, and here it is.
A secret kept hidden for decades by scores of students who say they were abused by former Bayshore third grade teacher Tom Bernagozzi.
They loved him. They thought he was the greatest teacher ever. And he was. Everybody wanted to be in his class.
After a Newsday investigation revealed Mr. Bernagozzi was at the center of 45 lawsuits against the Bayshore School District under the Child Victims Act, former students began to come forward, sharing their stories openly and anonymously, outlining a similar pattern of abuse over Bernagozzi's 30-year teaching career.
Parents never really knew, but they kept pushing me back into the classroom, you know. I mean, they had to see the change in me.
They say it happened in school during play rehearsals, during a boys-only after-school sports program, and on field trips, the alleged victims ranging in age from 4 to 12 years old.
When I looked next to me at Jones Beach when he had us lined up and drying us off, you know, and in the shower with each other.
Years earlier, in 1973, the same pattern of alleged abuse, according to Robbie Hubbard, who says he was molested in Bernagozzi's car and in the classroom during lunch.
You can put it behind you, you can hide it, but it's there, you know, and it'll never go away.
Robbie chose to distance himself from the pain and moved to Florida after he says he told the district about the abuse as an adult and nothing was done. He returned to the district as a security guard in the 1980s and was shocked to see Mr. Bernagozzi still teaching. Robbie says he told his boss and later other district officials.
If you value your job, let it go. That's his exact words to me.
But Robbie didn't let it go and says a few months later he was fired without explanation.
I reached out to try to stop this, you know, and it fell on deaf ears. You know, so, I mean, you hit a wall. I mean, what more can you do?
Bernagozzi retired in 2000, but continued to be a substitute teacher for a time and volunteered with children. Suffolk police arrested Bernagozzi a month after Newsday's investigation revealed the claims against the now 75-year-old. He's facing charges including sexual conduct against a child and sodomy.
Just for him to be arrested was a massive weight off my chest. It was everything. It was everything. It gave me my life back.
Bernagozzi is out on bail and denies the allegations. If convicted, he faces a maximum of 25 years in prison on each charge. Meanwhile, the Bayshore School District is countersuing Bernagozzi in all 45 cases.
I might have been broken, but I'm coming back together.
I'm glad I'm telling this story. You know, I've wanted to tell a story for a lot of years.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglin.
Watch part 2 of this special investigation tomorrow, and you can read more about it on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. First in Newsday, the Herrick School District will settle one of several sexual assault lawsuits that date back decades. The undisclosed tentative deal ends the trial that had begun Monday. A former student alleged he was repeatedly sexually abused by a school psychologist in the 1980s. Separate claims were filed against the Herrick School District by 21 former students who say they were abused by Vincent Festa between 1973 and 1991. New charges today for a Bayshore sex offender. 36-year-old Salvatore Passarelli Jr., who lives here, will be in court today. Police say they found child pornography when they raided his home on Oak Neck Road 1 week ago. The registered level 1 sex offender was arrested yesterday. New questions over our state's bail laws today. They come after 4 people accused of concealing human remains on the island were set free. Stephen Brown, Amanda Wallace, Jeffrey Mackey, and Alexis Nieves pleaded not guilty to charges including hindering prosecution and tampering with evidence yesterday. They were freed without bail something Suffolk County Executive Ed Romaine calls outrageous. Today, he will join lawmakers to call for immediate changes to Albany's bail laws. Meanwhile, attorneys for the accused say their clients are innocent.
He didn't kill anybody, and as far as I can see from the get-go, this case is based upon a lot of assumptions.
We have not received any discovery at this point. We maintain our innocence. We look forward to receiving discovery and whatever evidence they have, and we plan on fighting it vigorously.
We still don't know about possible motives, the identities of the man and woman who were chopped up, or their relationship to the suspects. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman touted his successes and blasted critics in the State of the County address.
Nassau County is not a sanctuary county.
The migrant crisis, casino development, and transgender restrictions were just some of the topics Blakeman talked about last night. We'll have a full analysis coming up. Tonight, President Biden will lay out his agenda for the rest of his term and make his case for another. The 81-year-old is set to use his State of the Union address to promote his vision for a second term. The nation's oldest president will also try to put an end to voter concerns about his age and job performance while sharpening the contrast with his all but certain 2024 rival, former President Trump. Among the guests expected to attend tonight's speech, the families of the hostages being held in Gaza. That includes Orna and Daniel Nutra, the mother and brother of Plainview native Omer Nutra. A financial lifeline for a struggling Hicksville-based bank, New York Community Bancorp, which rebranded all of its banks under the Flagstar name, is receiving a more than $1 billion equity investment. The majority of it is coming from former Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin's firm. The lender's stock price has been hammered since it announced in late January that it unexpectedly lost money in the October-December period and was cutting its dividend. Starting March 12th, filing your taxes could be easier and cheaper. The state is launching a File Your State Taxes initiative, a free online tool that pairs with the new federal direct file program. Eligible taxpayers are limited to reporting W-2 and Social Security benefits and claiming the standard deduction. Four Lehigh basketball players are headed to the McDonald's All-American game. Krista Kelman was there when they got their jerseys yesterday.
Long Island Lutheran will be well represented at the most prestigious high school basketball all-star game in the country.
I knew I was a McDonald's All-American, but seeing the jersey just made it seem so real.
And these players, Kaylee Heckel, Silas Swartz, and Kate Caval, are now a part of history.
It's a historic moment for sure for women's basketball in general.
For the first time since the McDonald's girls game began in 2002, 3 players out of the 24 selected come from the same high school.
Especially growing up in Canada, it wasn't really on my radar being McDonald's All-American, but to see the jersey, see the McDonald's logo, it's pretty cool.
You had someone made for you. It's awesome. What does it mean to you when you found out that 3 of your players were named McDonald's All-American?
It's so hard to put into words. This has been such a special experience. This is uncharted territory, but this team was made to make history.
I love to compete, love to see how far I can go, how I measure up to the best in the game. So it's going to be really fun to play against the best players in the country.
Trying to show how good high school girls basketball is now and just putting it out there for all the younger girls to watch is an awesome feeling.
Lehigh will also send its first player for the boys' game since 1996 in VJ Edgecombe.
It didn't feel real, to be honest. But I mean, knowing that I dream of this day, dream of this moment from when I was a kid, made me as a lot.
In Brookville, Carissa Kelman, NewsdayTV.
Congratulations. Read more about the athletes on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
The Nassau County Executive delivered his State of the County speech. Bruce Blakeman touched on national issues like migrants, border security, fentanyl, and transgender athletes, while also drilling down on Long Island issues like the casino, NUMC, and the future of Nassau County tourism.
I'm also proud to report that the state of our county is strong and our future is bright. This year is the 125th anniversary of Nassau County, and we have so much to celebrate.
Newsday columnist Joy Brown joined us now to read between the lines of the speech and tell us what was said and was not said. As he touched on some of the national issues, take a listen.
Nassau County is not a sanctuary county. There is no migrant program in Nassau County. Unfortunately, Nassau County has become a border county because of the misguided policies of the state and the city of New York.
So why is he talking about national issues in a county address?
It's an election year. You know, he's criticizing the city, Democrats. He's criticizing the state, Democrats. The issues that he's talking to all the way down to transgender athletes, these are issues that are being brought up by Republicans across the country. Now, that's not to say they're not local implications here. I mean, crime is one, and that's one thing he's talking about, and also taxes, because somebody's going to pay for all of this.
Wow. So Blakeman also obviously brought it home when he mentioned the casino. So what stood out there?
It's interesting. He singled out the Hofstra president, Susan Posner, for some incredibly tough criticism. What he didn't say is that a court has found that he and the county did not follow their own procedures in approving this casino or in approving the trade of the land. That part was totally left unsaid. So he can't do anything until either that lawsuit is taken care of or until they go back and do it the way a court says they should have done it in the first place.
Now, NUMC is obviously an important topic. What was said there that interested you?
I think that the thing he said that was most important is, quote, it is worth saving. And it is. He was very careful to point out that it's not a county office or a county-run facility, and he's absolutely correct. It's a public benefit corporation, but the county appoints its board. He's saying that the state should come in and take care of it. The implication there is it's the state's problem. But the state is saying, yo, this thing is being mismanaged. You know, we'll come up with some money, but we have to change the management there.
Now, lastly, Blakeman really wants Nassau County to be visited not only by other New Yorkers, but from folks all over the world. So how did he prove that?
Well, again, Nassau County is Nassau County. They do have parks. Look at some of the beaches that have been ranked among the best in the world. Some shopping. You've been to the Miracle Mile lately? So he's got something there. He wants to open up Nassau and bring more people in to see everything that the county has to offer. And it's a big deal. He's got this international cricket match coming. That's going to be really, really good for Nassau County.
All right. Joy Brown, always a pleasure to have your expertise on the show. And to read more about the state of the county, make sure to visit Newsday.com. And of course, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Hey everyone, spring is almost here and the movie schedule is picking up the pace. Let's take a look at 4 big movies coming soon to theaters. First up is Kung Fu Panda 4.
What do I know about being a spiritual leader?
What is it you're holding? A cookie? You were chosen to become something more than you already are.
Jack Black is back as the fuzzy but ferocious panda Po. Awkwafina is his foxy new sidekick, Zhen. And Viola Davis is the villain, a shapeshifter called the Chameleon. These movies always pack a punch at the box office. They've made $1.8 billion so far. Kung Fu Panda comes out March 8th. Next, let's take a look at Civil War.
I guess aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America.
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
It's the near future, and America has split in two. Kirsten Dunst plays a journalist trying to stay alive as extremists take over the country. The cast includes Jesse Plemons, Kaylee Spaney of Priscilla, and Nick Offerman as the President of the United States. Civil War is coming on April 12th. Remember The Fall Guy, the 80s TV show with Lee Majors? Here's the big screen version with Ryan Gosling.
In 3, 2, 1, action. So good.
Oh, good.
Shot to the heart.
Gosling plays a stuntman trying to solve the mystery of a missing actor. The cast includes Emily Blunt and Winston Duke. The director is David Leitch of John Wick. The Fall Guy hits theaters May 3rd. Finally, the story of Amy Winehouse comes to the screen in Back to Black.
I want people to hear my voice. And just forget their troubles for 5 minutes.
Newcomer Marissa Abela plays the troubled singer who died at the age of 27. The Winehouse estate has approved this movie. It's directed by Sam Taylor Johnson, who did the John Lennon biopic Nowhere Boy. Back to Black comes out May 17th. This was a rough winter at the box office, with January revenue down about 40% from the pre-pandemic years, but we could see more than 30 movies cross the $100 million mark this year, according to Deadline. Read more about these movies on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Rafer Guzman for Newsday TV.
It's Friday Eve, so here's what's up on Long Island.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand for Mr.
Laugh a little. As part of the Paramount comedy series, they're presenting Joe Gatto's Night of Comedy. It's tomorrow in Huntington. Check out the flower show at Hicks Nurseries. This is a preview. Plants are timed to bloom during the entire show, which features more than 5,000 plants and 350 varieties. It's daily at Hicks Nurseries in Westbury, starting today through the 31st. See Oscar-nominated films in the animated, live-action, and documentary short film categories. It's tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, at the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center in West Hampton. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. You'll need an umbrella again today if you're out and about. It's another dreary one, so get ready for it. Checking out your hyper-local forecast. Morning showers today, highs around 50 degrees. That's a look at your day planner. Tonight we drop down to the 30s. Tomorrow, sunshine returns and we warm up with highs in the 50s. And here's a look at your futurecast. We do have more rain coming in Saturday afternoon. It's definitely going to impact your weekend plans, because let's take a look at Sunday with a look at your 7-day forecast. You can see the rain, but more importantly, we spring ahead on Sunday, which means we lose an hour of sleep, so make sure you set your clocks.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated. Newsday uncovered decades of sexual abuse allegations in a Long Island school district. The failure to act that protected the accused, the toll on the victims, and what finally exposed an alleged predator. Allegations of abuse. Now available at Newsday.com.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us. Try to stay dry out there.